So, hello everyone. This is a tiny bit embarrassing, but turns out I could not do the live that I announced because, well, back in the days when I had my other Instagram account, anyone could do a live, and turns out I do not have the follower numbers to do a live. So, if you want me to go live, you know what to do. Like, give that algorithm signals that you want to see more of me and you want to interact live with me, and therefore share, save, repost, comment, do all the shebang. That really gives the algorithm incentive to be like, you know what? I think people really want to hear her stuff, and then we can go actually live. So, as a flexible ADHD person that I am, I just decided, why not? I'll just do it live with me and you guys out there in the ether. Thank God you guys sent me your questions already beforehand. And let's dive into them. Before I'll check out a little bit of my cozy place. Isn't that just like, the sun? Oof. Yeah. Here we are at my beautiful, beautiful oasis. All right. So, let me get to questions here. So all of you asked me to keep your names anonymous, which is totally fine. I can roll with a lot of things, and I'll just read the questions out and answer them, and then you will know who you are. And like always, those questions are not, I'm not saying they're boring, absolutely not, but they're probably stuff, like I said in the announcement, there's stuff that other people would like to know as well. So thank you for asking them. And here we go. So R asked, I put them in order of probability of more people wanting to know them too. So here we are. So R asked, are you a Dom? Can I be your sub? Here's layers of nuance to that response. So yes, I am a Dom. I have been for a very long time. And I've had many subs. And I have worked as a professional dominatrix. And I have a lot of BDSM experience, kink experience. And this here is my coaching account. So I'm not taking personal subs through this account. We might play a little bit. If you become my very willing sub to support me in building my audience so I can finally start this live. So just putting the possibility out there that I notice who shares my stuff and who saves my posts and who comments on my posts, because those are all information for the algorithm to support me in my journey and in my endeavor. I see you. I see you. I see who is doing that. And if you are one of those people, you're in my good grace. Let's just say that. And yeah, that's what I say about this for now. So I'm not promoting here a professional Dom business or taking private subs on this channel. This is my coaching page. And my coaching business is also, I am a certified existential kink coach. So yes, a lot of what I do in my coaching style is very BDSM related, as much as to traditional kink BDSM play, as much as like that also transfers into real life, or let's say other personal life aspects, like there's so many parallels to other topics than how can I be a good Dom? How can I be a good sub? What does consent mean? All of those things. They're not just topics that show up in BDSM. They're topics that are universal in life and in interaction with other people. So if you are interested in learning more about these topics, absolutely, I'm your person. And it's not a private, I'm not looking for private subs on this container. Okay. So that was the first question that like came up a lot. And it's totally fine. I'm here for all the questions, and I also answered to everyone in person on the messages. And this is just like taking away the answers for if you are considering and sending me that question, there's your answer. And there's what to do to get closer. Okay, you got it. Okay, next question. So Al asked, how does a coaching session look like? Like what do you do? What do we do in a coaching session? And so here's my simple but also complex at the same time, I know, long live the paradox, answer. There is no one answer for everyone because not every session looks the same. There's no recipe that applies for everyone. So it really depends on what are we looking at? What is it that you want to change? Where do you want to go? What have you done so far until now to get there? What kind of struggles have you already encountered on trying to get there? So all of those influence really where you're at. And then from there, first, this is the questions that we gather. Like I ask you about all those things. So I can get a sense of your nervous system, of where you are at in your journey, where it is that you want to go to, and what is in the way. Like what inside of you, that is also very important. What inside of you is keeping you from getting there. Because I cannot change your external circumstances. That is just beyond my capacity. What I can do is help you change yourself, change how you interact with your surroundings, help you change how you react or respond to what life serves you. That is things we can influence and we can change. We cannot change the world around you. I cannot help you change the people around you. I can help you change how you are capable and willing to influence the people around you. Totally, yes. That is something I can help you with, because guess what? That saying, you cannot change people, is true, but you can influence them. There's a way to, or so many ways of how we interact with people that influences how they interact with us. Yes. But that comes again down to changing how you see yourself, how you respond to them. That is something I can help you with. So sessions look very, very different. I have a plethora of tools, and I first need to assess which ones are the ones that we are going to use now, long term. And that will change over time also. The more we work together, the more that will evolve and new tools will come in. And so a basic coaching container with me looks like having several of these sessions. And then I give you assignments of things you do on your own with my guidance, with my support, but stuff that you work through with yourself. And from there, we always keep assessing. We will keep assessing, checking in, what's going on, what's happening. How are you evolving? How is the process? And you have my full attention on that, and also my full approval. This is one of the key elements of my self-coaching and my perspective of any good coaching, honestly, is like, I don't tell you what to do. I tell, like, in the sense of this is how you should go about this with this other person, for example. I let you discover, I ask you questions and I give you tools and processes and assignments that allow you to tap deeper within yourself in becoming more of yourself, of knowing deeper, because a lot of people struggle even with like what it is that they actually want. If I asked you right now what it is that you want, what would you say? Quick, we can do this right here and now. What do you want? Do you find that easy to answer that question? Good for you. Most likely, even I sometimes struggle with saying, what do I want? We so often know what we don't want. Isn't that easier? Did you find yourself there? Being able to say what you do not want? Or what you want to change? That's already like a step further, but what it is that you actually want, that very often will be the beginning of our journey together, is to find out what it is that you actually want and who you want to be. Some little strawberry lemonade in between, 'cause it's so good, summer, it's fine. All right. So this is what I can answer. Like I said, it's a simple and also complex answer to that question. How does a coaching session with you look like? I can answer this. How does the 30-minute deep dive that I have directly in my link in my bio that you can book right away look like? It is that. It is that assessment. It is really this: where do you want to go? What do you struggle with? What have you tried so far? And then we will also tap into one tiny little first step in getting you there. So it's not just me having all the things and then being like, okay, now I know, thank you. I will give you a first little practice or whatever it is, depending on what answers you give me, that you can already take with you and start implementing right away to get you closer to those things that you share with me in the session. So that is the 30-minute deep dive. And from there, we see how we keep on working together. Like for how long really depends on, there's also not one singular, it's always 3 months, it's always 1 month, it's always 6 months. It really depends on, again, what it is that you want to achieve. What are your struggles? How long have you been like, the longer we have been trying to do something and we cannot bring it about, chances are that it's really a deeply ingrained pattern, that is something that has been there for a very long time, that is a part that has never been handed the mic. It's a part that has been feeling isolated and probably in despair for a very, very long time. So it does take a certain amount of time to build that trust. And then again, that is something we assess throughout the sessions, because we can not know before. It's weird, like this kind of work, this kind of coaching, this kind of getting to know yourself better is constantly stepping into the unfamiliar, the unknown, the until now uncharted territory. So it is a process and a journey that I cannot say in advance how long will it take. And how many sessions do we need? It's very hard to tell from the beginning. Therefore, my containers are always built in a way that you can still continue to build up. If we notice we need longer, you can then build up to the longer container. And also just letting you know right now that it is important to know that the more you commit to this work, the more results you will see. And that means also committing to understanding and accepting that this kind of transformation, it is not a quick fix. It's not a biohack. It's not just give me the right affirmations and then magic goes along and it happens. It is deeply magical. It is deeply magical. Like, I was a multi-toxicomaniac drug addict